Right, well, good evening. Here we are on our Facebook Live again, Wednesday evening. Sorry, about 10 minutes late, sorry about that. Just had my first lockdown haircut, so not sure what it could be, but no, not too bad for doing it myself. So, home haircut for lockdown, so tied it up a little bit. So anyway, our beer for tonight is one that has been very popular, just been released again, and it is NorseyGold. So there you go, the number 9 on there, ninth beer we did. So NorseyGold, 4.2% golden ale. So let us open that now. There's our glass for today. It's another Billericay Lions one from their beer festival. Now this is the 2014 beer festival, which was down at the football club. The 5th Billericay beer festival. So just before we open this one, sometimes people do ask us whether they can keep our beer in the fridge. If you want to keep the beer in the fridge, that's absolutely fine if you want to. It does say on there 9 to 13 degrees ideal storage and serving temperature, but if you want a bit cooler than that, that's absolutely fine. Most important thing, if you do put it in the fridge, keep it upright, because obviously it's bottle conditioned, so there is that yeast sediment at the bottom, so keep it upright. Now this one actually I did put in the fridge for about an hour just to cool it down slightly. Okay, but what I think is best is actually take it out just before you're going to serve it, so it's not too cold, so you don't kill off the flavour too much. Okay, so nice fizz as we open that up, and let's just pour that. Yeah, nice condition now. It's over a week since I had this. Now we first started selling this last week. It's about 10 days ago I opened the first bottle, and it had reasonable condition, but I could tell after another week it'd be even better. And I can see this as we're pouring it. It's definitely got that much more condition to it. We're getting a nice lot of carbonation there. Pouring it nicely. Okay, and nice golden beer, and said 4.2%. Now it's the aroma of this that really is the key thing for this, for NorseyGold. A beautiful aroma, lovely and refreshing. Now, where does that come from, that aroma, that lovely aroma? It reminds me of springtime aroma, lovely flowery, floral, citrusy aroma. Now that comes from the hops. Now remember, a few weeks ago we talked about our hops. So here, remember our hop plants, originally put in, remember, as a preservative in the beer. Now put in for the bitterness of the beer and also for the aroma. Now these are put in NorseyGold in a slightly different way. We put them in during the brew, so we do get bitterness from them, so some bitterness from there, but also we put some in to get the aroma, and then we put them in a third time while the beer is fermenting. So it's sort of fermenting away. It normally ferments about 20-25 degrees, so it's not too hot, so you get loads of those real hop aromas. It's called dry hopping, and the hops we use in there for the dry hopping, Cascade and Chinook, two popular American hops. They give that wonderful aroma. So it's lovely and refreshing, a nice bitterness to it as well, because we put Chinook in there to give the bitterness to the beer, and then that Cascade and the Chinook to give that lovely aroma that comes from the dry hopping. Really wonderful beer, and it's been just so popular since we released it last week. I think we sold over 200 bottles of it last week alone, and they're flying out again this week. And this week we've been selling lots of poly bins as well. It's been incredibly popular with the bank holiday weekend coming up. People have been really ordering this in this hoard. So if you do want some of the NorseyGold, get your orders in first thing tomorrow morning. Either phone the shop 01277 500 121, or send your phone number by email to us, sales@billericaybrewing.co.uk. You can do that tonight, and then we give you a bell back in the morning. But get in there quick, because we have got tons of orders for this week ready for the bank holiday weekend. Okay, so thank you all of you who've ordered this. So, love to do that. So, just a reminder, if you are one of our members, if you're not one of our members, then you have to join our loyalty scheme. You get a good discount on our beers. You get a 10% discount on our takeaways. when we do have our bar, we have a loyalty card where you get a stamp for every pint that you buy, and 10 stamps filled on the card. Then you get your next pint free. Now we're actually introducing a loyalty scheme now for deliveries for members. So throughout the month of May, if you order £40 or more each week, the 4 weeks of May, then at the end of May, you get 4 free bottles. So that's a nice little bonus for you, and a way of saying thank you for your great loyalty to us and your support during these different times. Okay, now where it's come from, the name NorseyGold. Now those of you who are local, if we sometimes get people sort of far away watching this, but those of you who are local to Billericay will know Norsey as in Norsey Woods. Now it's a wonderful nature, there is a wonderful beauty spot around here, the Norsey Woods, and we brew it this time of the year because it's got an amazing amount of bluebells in there. It's famous for its bluebells there, and with the lockdown on, I'm sad that I've actually not managed to get there this year. I live in Brentwood, some of you know, but we're lucky that around Brentwood there's some fantastic bluebell woods as well there. So luckily I'm a dog when I'm taking the dog out each morning, we very often see lots of bluebells there. So if you are local to Norsey Woods, I'm sure you've been there and admired those wonderful bluebells this year there. So that's why we do it, and it just reminds me, the beer reminds me of the spring, reminds me of the smell of those bluebells in Norsey Wood. Okay, there's plenty of bad sides to the lockdown, but one of the good things is for a lot of us, it really has got back to linking up again with nature, and really those walks we do in the morning. You can see I'm sitting out in the garden, lovely evening here, we've got lovely trees behind me, we've got lovely bird song you can hear in the background. So that's one of the positives that does come out of it, that we hopefully will keep that link with nature in the future. Okay, now we're getting lots of orders in, as I said, this weekend, because of course this weekend, bank holiday weekend, it's the 75th anniversary of the E-Day on Friday. So of course this was bank holiday was moved, I think it was last year, early last year it was moved, and it was envisaged, of course, that it was going to be lots of celebrations out there. I think the pubs are going to be full up with people celebrating. It's going to be very different, but of course we can still mark the occasion. And those of you who ordered the beers, yeah, you've got lots of opportunities to buy our beers and celebrate with our beers in a different way, celebrating in your front gardens with your neighbours maybe, socially distancing. There'll be special things on the television, so you can still celebrate and remember those times as well. Celebrate the fact we're through difficult times now. 75 years ago, there was a war going on, and that was much tougher times than we've got now. We're lucky we've had 75 years of peace, and I'm sure that there's very few of us now who can remember the war. So probably all of us who are listening have been very fortunate that we've never had to live through that experience. Okay, it reminded me actually today, someone posted about this, going back to the First World War, the memorial of the Zeppelin that was shot down in Billericay. And it reminded me of when that memorial was unveiled in 2016, that we had the family of Frederick Sowry, who was the chap who shot down the Zeppelin. He came and visited us with his family after that had been unveiled. Sadly, he passed away last year, grand old age of 96, I believe it was. When he came to visit us, it was 94. An amazing man, absolutely incredible man. And if any of you got the book that tells the story of the Zeppelin, there's a quote from him at the beginning about his father, because Sir Freddie, who we met at the brewery, he was an air marshal. He flew for the RAF during the Second World War. His father, who was Frederick Sowry, shot down the Zeppelin, and the book was produced at the time of the memorial. And his quote, he said that Sir Freddie at the start of that book, he was always aware of his father's heroism, but his father and his brothers, who also fought in that, flew against the Zeppelins, like the rest of their generation, did not wish to talk about the war. They preferred to look to the present and the future. So we remember the past, but don't live in the past. Let's look to the future now. One of the things we're going to do now, we're going to also introduce what we call our beer heroes. We've really had a fantastic response and support from local people, and we want to give something back to people now. So we want to look at our local heroes, and there's been lots of beer heroes, people who are really good working that extra time thing during this difficult time. And we're asking people to nominate someone who they think has really helped other people and really deserves to be a beer hero, and then we'll deliver them a gift of our beer, because they deserve a beer on us. So if there's someone that you really think has really done something extra special, then please message us, say who they are, say why you think they particularly deserve. Each week we'll give out a gift of beer, so even if they don't get a gift this week, they could get a gift another week as well. So we want to really sort of say thank you for our present day heroes. Okay, so that just leaves me to say cheers, enjoy the beer, hopefully you get some NorseyGold, have a great bank holiday weekend. The other last thing to say is on Friday, being VE Day, we're going to try something new for our members. We're going to have, for our pub regulars, we're going to try and do a virtual pub night. So if you are one of our members and keen on joining us for a drink, 8 o'clock on Friday night, then please drop us an email. We're going to do a Zoom call, see how many people we can get on a Zoom call while we all enjoy a pint together. Imagining we're down the micropub. We can't be down the micropub, but we can at least join together, we can have a beer together, and we can celebrate and mark that special occasion. So cheers, hope to see you soon.